Hey, what's up guys? Danny Lightning here. So there's something a little bit different about this Best of Tuners Pack event, and I don't think that I like it. This is something that it's okay if they're going to do this every once in a while, but I hope they don't start making a habit of this because this event is going to be much harder for people to do. If you take a look at the 3 lock-in cars, you will notice that that is a pop-up. Note that these have purple stars. All 3 of these cars have purple stars. That means if you go into Rare Imports and click on the Parts tab, the Parts tab, you're going to notice that parts for these cars cost real money and not keys. So if you want to upgrade these 3 cars, well, if you don't have the parts, it's going to cost you real money. And another thing, if you look at the prizes for this event, so there's 30 races, and it's just a bunch of keys, game cash, parts for the cars. There's no real big prize. So this would be a pretty expensive event to do. Let's just say you had to level up the 3 cars and get all the parts for them. Well, that might be a little bit hard for a lot of people. Just to get a few little measly prizes that really aren't that great. I'm not sure how you're supposed to get these cars because if I come into the buy cars thing and I click on the tuner pack, well, it shows the 3 cars in here and it doesn't show any way to get them because I've already got all 3 of the cars. So the thing is here, oh, actually, you know what? This car doesn't look like it's upgraded either. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm in the dumb dealership. I'm just having a brain fart. These aren't even my cars. Oh my God, Danny Lightning, what is wrong with you? So I have no idea how you're supposed to get these. Maybe you buy them with gold, maybe bro cash, but since I've already got them, it's not showing me how you get them. So let's just say I had to get all 3 of the cars, level them up to stage 6, dump my parts into them. I mean, that's what, at least like 20 million game cash right there, plus all the parts. And if the cars don't have enough parts, well, you know what? Then they're not going to be fast enough to make it through the event. So what's the trick to beating these events? Well, there's really only 3 things. You got to make sure you're tuning it correctly. You got to make sure you're shifting it correctly. And you just simply have to have enough parts on the car. That's all there is to it. Having enough parts on the car will allow you to go through it. If you don't have enough parts, I don't care what you do, you're going to get stuck and there's no way to beat it. So having enough parts is the entire secret to beating these events. I feel like making all 3 of the cars purple stars is going to make it very hard for a lot of people because, if it's a golden star car, I can go in there and I can spend the keys that I have to get parts for it. But if I want to pull the part crates for these purple star cars, yeah, real money, which can be probably a few $100s per car. I don't exactly know how much per car, but probably a couple $100, I would guess. I don't know. It'd be at least cost you $200, $300, $400 to finish one of these events. I've never paid for an event like this because I can't afford it. You guys may not realize it, but I'm a disabled guy. I have an autoimmune disease where my muscles and my nerves are attacked by my immune system, and some days it's very hard for me to walk. It's actually really hard for me to make these YouTube videos some days because I can't sit in my chair very long, and it sucks, man. I could probably make so much better videos for you if I could actually spend more time in my chair. I can sit in my chair for 2, 3, 4 hours in the morning, and the rest of the day I cannot sit down or my whole body goes into spasms. Right now I can't feel my legs just for sitting here and making this video, so my entire income is off YouTube, which does not pay enough money, so I can't afford to do these events. Now, it's good to support your local game. I can't imagine how much it costs them to keep the servers running. They got to pay the employees, they got to buy all the equipment, they got rent, electricity bills, and who knows what. So these games are very expensive to keep running. Now, more than likely, they make enough profit that they are probably charging us more than they need to. They're probably making way more money than they need to keep the game running, but it is good to support your local game because, these games don't run for free. They have a lot of bills and things to pay to keep them going. But for me, YouTube just doesn't pay enough for me to be able to spend a bunch of money. I don't have enough channel members or donations coming in to really be able to afford all this stuff. But by the way, thank you to those of you who are channel members. The extra support really does help. I really appreciate you guys a lot. One thing I like to do for my channel members is I like to pull up all the comments. I go through every day. I try to answer comments. I spend several hours a day going through hundreds of comments on my YouTube channels. And if you're a channel member, I usually try to pull up those comments first just to make sure I don't miss any of my channel members' comments. So that's one new perk I'm doing for channel members. So if you would like to become a channel member, just hit that join button down below the video or if you just want to make a little thank you donation for the videos I make. You know, I do my best to make videos to help you guys out and keep you informed. But there's also a thank you button, or if you drop down the video's description, there's some affiliate links to some really awesome gear and stuff you can buy. And if you buy something off those lists, I do get a commission. There's also some game news, my other YouTube channels, and all kinds of stuff in the video's description. So if you drop that down, you'll find all that good stuff in there. Now back to the event. You would think though, if they're gonna have these events that cost so much money, you would think the prizes would be worth your while. I mean, the little bit of prizes you're getting out of these events, I'm not sure that it's worth it. I feel like that's a very small return for what you're putting in. I mean, there should be a prize car or something at least if you're going to have to level up 3 cars, get all the parts, get them fast enough, spend a couple $100 or whatever. I don't know. I just don't really like where this is going with the 3 purple stars deal. So, it is what it is. But, you know, it is what it is. Sorry for the rant, guys. It just sucks being, you know, I have a hard time making YouTube videos. That's why when I live stream, I'm not on camera. I'm laying in bed live streaming because I can't sit in my chair for, you know, 2 hours to live stream. So, yeah, it sucks. It sucks having health problems. I really should apply for disability, but honestly, I just keep making videos on YouTube, hoping to keep making a living off of that so I don't have to get on disability, you know. Luckily, I live in a place where I don't have as many bills as most people, so I'm kind of lucky there. If it wasn't for that, you know, I would be just screwed. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap this video up. I don't really like where they're going with this purple star things. All 3 of the lock-ins for this event are purple stars. And I think that's just going to make it harder for everybody, especially when the prizes aren't that good. I just don't care. I don't know. I hope they don't continue to keep making purple star events. If they do it every once in a while, that's fine, but it's not something I want to see them do all the time. It's not great for the players, in my opinion. You got to find the right balance between, you know, profit and making your players happy. These games do need to make money, so they do need to make a profit, but they also need to keep the players happy so the players don't go somewhere else. If your customers are unhappy, they'll go shop at another store. If your players are unhappy, they'll go shop on another game instead. So that's just something to think about if you're listening. And most of what you guys do is pretty awesome. There's all kinds of stuff for free players and paid players, but sometimes I think things are just a little bit too expensive, or what you have to spend on it isn't worth what you get in return. So hopefully they make some changes on that stuff. Anyways, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button, and maybe drop down that video's description and check out all the stuff down there in the description. All right, guys, have an awesome day. See ya.